Lights. Camera. Action. Action. And action. It's Father Francis, the Faith Guy, and this is the second week of Advent. Well, our stage is set, and this week the character that we encounter on the stage of faith is a mighty, intriguing, enigmatic, and very powerful spokesman. His name is John the Baptist. But first, let's look at the first reading. We see that, that at the end of time, all of the injustice that has been done in this world, starting from the very beginning to the very end, will be completely resolved. God, in His great might and power, will bring true justice, and all those people who either felt that they were persecuted or those who felt they got away with something, well, a day of reckoning will come and true justice will reign. And that's good news, believe it or not, because a lot of times as we live our lives, we feel that maybe we have encountered injustices in our life, and it seems like sometimes the wicked prosper, or they get the better of us, and somehow our wrongs are never redressed. But there is going to be a final reckoning, and everything will be made right. And that's the good news in our first couple of readings, is that all these peculiar things that have been allowed to occur in the natural world will be kind of turned on its head. Or the lion and the lamb will lie down together, and the bear and the cow will be friends, and little children will play with deadly snakes, and so on and so forth. All these peculiar images that we get in our readings this Advent, the second week of Advent, remind us that that God is in charge, and that these things that maybe have brought pain and suffering into the world will somehow now be resolved. There will be a resolution. There will be kind of a leveling out, an equation, if you will, to make all things right. Again, justice will truly reign. And so we find in this interesting week's readings, John the Baptist is baptizing, and all sorts of people come to him. Many people are convicted, and they present themselves for baptism. In fact, his preaching is so powerful that it even convicts some of the religious leaders. And unfortunately, it is sad to say that many religious leaders only assume a facade of religiosity, and yet the spirit that they sometimes portray is not living within them, or at least it's not burning as brightly as it should be. And so when they come for baptism, even though they're chastised, they are not denied this baptism. And in many ways, it's sort of like reminding us, every single one of us, even from the Pope on down to the lowest sinner, we're all in need of repentance. And so, as we look at these readings on the second Sunday of Advent, we are encouraged to set aside the things that maybe distract us from having a true experience of faith. One person said that the problem with religion is that sometimes it short-circuits true religious faith. And there is some truth to that. Many people today, young people especially, just don't find religion attractive. Religion or faith, Christianity, it's just not very attractive. I mean, it's kind of boring. And unfortunately, we don't do a lot to really change that. We try in different ways, maybe to reach people of different backgrounds with the gospel, and sometimes they're going to hear and they will receive, but chances are, most times, they couldn't be bothered. They don't want to hear. And that's where the problem comes in. Whether you're a priest, whether you're a layperson, whether you're a businessman, whether you're, just kind of just a regular average guy or gal, the problem is people just, really are turned off on religion. And that's what I would want to just say in closing is that, it may seem boring. It may seem irrelevant to some people. It may seem like make-believe to others. But here's the thing. Unless you really give it a chance, if you open yourself up to truly experience faith in God, you'll never experience it. I can't experience it for you. The bishop can't experience it for you. The person down the street can't experience it for you. You and you alone are the only one who can really stop and say and make and consider, well, I don't have ever had a religious experience. I've never had a conversion. I don't even know if it's real. But you'll never know unless you give it an opportunity to at least give yourself a chance to have an experience. Again, I'm not talking about whipping yourself up into some emotional frenzy, but I am talking about being honest and open and saying, okay, God, if you're real, I'm willing to entertain the fact that you're real, I really love your work, that kind of thing. But again, are you willing to risk an encounter with a loving God? It's quite an interesting proposition. And it's what we encounter in our second week of Advent. Well, thanks for watching. It's been Father Francis, the Faith Guy, with another little message, a little Advent homily, 2010. Thanks for watching.